Epic Scholars. This is Coach Max. I hope that you've been enjoying the content that you've been seeing so far in the university. Today, we're going to talk about what is Confluence. So, as you got your foundation in the basic section, here in the intermediate section, we're going to teach you a little bit more about Confluence and about actually doing your analysis, right? So let's talk about confluence for a second. So, confluence by definition means when two or more streams of water flow together to form one channel or form one body of water. And in Forex is almost the same exact thing, right? So, in Forex, confluence means three or more confirmations in your technical analysis to confirm your directional bias for taking a buy or sell. Let me re-explain that one more time. So in Forex, you have many different types of confluences, right? So let's go to the next slide. There's different types of confluence. You have trend lines, support and resistance, price action, moving averages, market structure, zones, chart patterns, Fibonacci theory, pivot points, Equimocal cloud, and other indicators such as RSI, TDI, Bollinger Bands, the MACD, stochastic, and more different indicators that you can use. Right. So let's head over to the charts really quickly, guys. So, what I mean by this is that you need three or more confirmations. I need you to keep that in mind. Okay. So, while trading, okay. So, while trading, you need three or more confirmations. Okay. Or confluences as to why you are taking this trade. Now, let me say this. If you have five, that's a little bit too much. You don't want to overanalyze what you're looking at, but 3 to 4 is really good. So for me, we're gonna do this. So I'm on an hourly chart of your USD. Okay. And let's say, for an example, I am looking whether or not I want to buy or sell this. So one of my areas of confluence that we were talking about here, the first one, trend line. So that is something that I always have on my chart. Okay. I always have a trend line. Very, very big on that. That's one of my personal areas of confluences. And I may even draw an inter trend line to trap price. Right. So that's one of my confluences. Then you have, let's say moving average. So in my personal 20 pips and dip indicator, right, I have the market structure. So that is laid out here. That's one of my areas of confluence. And I have the 50 moving average also as a confluence. So this for me is everything on this chart is telling me that the price action, the momentum, the volatility, everything is bullish, right? Everything on this chart is telling me that this Euro USD right here is bullish. We're going up. We're above the blue line, which is the 50 EMA. We have outer trend line and inter trend line and market structure. The market is creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay, it's making and creating its waves on the way up. So therefore, I have a strong analysis because my confluence is telling me that this market is trending up. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So that would be my areas of confluence. Now, when doing a multiple time frame analysis, okay, some of you all may use zones. Okay. Okay. So you have to, as you're watching the training from, different traders, zones may be one of your areas of confluence. Okay. Let's go back. We have support and resistance. Okay. Now with support and resistance, you guys know I use the line chart. And For the purpose of this training, I'm going to change the color here to red. Okay. So, support and resistance may be your area of confluence, right, guys? So you may, you know what I'm saying, take your trades doing something like this, looking for something like this, right? That might be an area of confluence for you. I also meant to type here, break and retest is another confluence, right? Which would be chart patterns. It might be another confluence. So perhaps you're looking for, head and shoulder pattern. Okay. Whatever it is, that might be your area of confluence. So let's go back. Okay. Let's go back here. So price action. So candlestick patterns. Okay. What are the candlesticks telling you? So I may, or you may draw a trend line. Okay. And as a trader, there's many different ways to draw the trend line. You may draw the trend line wick to wick. You may draw your trend line body to body, or you may draw a trend line that fits the best situation, which would be this line right here. Okay, that has the most touches. That might be your area of confluence when it comes to trend lines. Okay, that's an intermediate concept. All right, so price action. Now, one of the things I love about TradingView, okay, is TradingView has a built-in candlestick pattern. So you may look for specifically, bullish or bearish engulfing candlestick patterns, right? So we're in an uptrend. You may, take your trades based off of a certain type of candlestick pattern. Okay, candlestick pattern that is at support. Maybe that's your area of confluence. Okay. Maybe you wait for the touch of a trend line, right? Maybe you're waiting for market structure and the touch of a trend line and the touch of support. Okay, you're looking for confirmation as to why you're getting in the trade. That is what confluence is. Okay, so we're just going to review one more time. Okay. While trading, you need 3 or more confirmations or confluences as to why you're taking a trade in a buy or sell. Okay, there's different types of confluence. Okay, so I'm going to say choose 3 to 4 confirmations, and I'm going to say and stick to them, because that's key. So you can't have like 5 or 6 different confirmations, and then sometimes you're using these ones and then sometimes you're using those ones. It's best to stay consistent in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, that's how you master something. So for those of you that use, for example, fibs, that's another one on the list. Fibonacci. Okay, right. Okay, so you might have a confluence at about, price action at the 23. Okay, taking a buy off the 38, right? Checking out price action at the 61.8, right? Price action at the 78.6. That might be confluence for you. You might need to see that in order to say, okay, yes, I'm going in to take the trade. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this homework assignment for this class. Okay, and your homework question is, what are your confluences? Okay, while trading. Okay, so homework assignment. All right, so you'll go ahead and post this in the community and let us know what your areas of confluences are. Come on, TradingView. Okay, so this is your homework assignment right here. What are your confluences while trading? Okay, is it trend lines? Is it support and resistance? Is it price action? Is it moving averages? Right, I didn't talk about that a little bit. So let me actually go here. So when you go inside TradingView, all right, and you go to moving average, okay, you have the exponential, the weighted, the smooth. You're going to hear traders talk mainly about the exponential, okay, and I personally like the 50, so you can come over here and you can use 200, it doesn't matter, right? So here's the thing with that. Okay, if you're using moving average as a confluence, then the directional bias, this is what it's helping you do. This is the 200 exponential moving average. So this moving average is giving you the average trend of the last 200 candles. Okay, so you use this one on a higher time frame and it'll give you the overall bias. So your USD has been bullish for quite some time. Okay, you can even look at it on the daily. Your USD has been bullish for since May, right? So, you know, when we use these bigger moving averages as confluence, you'll see, you know, intraday traders and swing traders use this as an area of confluence for them, right? Then we have zones again, chart patterns, guys. So, you know, your M's, your W's, your bullish flags, the things that we talked about in the earlier sections of the course, you'll start to see them and start to implement them and you know, choose which ones that you would like to see in order for you to take a buy or sell. Okay, pivots is something that we didn't talk about much in the course, but I will bring it up now. Okay. So pivots might be your confluence, okay? So you go to FX, go to pivot point standard, okay? Okay, so let's go to 15-minute. Pivots might be something that you need to see in order to take your trade. So pivots are basically, this is the pivot point. Okay, then you have resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you might need to see price return to a pivot level in order to take a trade, right? You might need to see that, and maybe you won't trade if you don't see price return to a pivot level. That might be your areas of confluence. Okay, you might use the Ikimoku cloud as confluence. So as you're learning different styles and techniques and strategies, what I'm suggesting to you is that you choose at least 3, okay, to 4 different types of confluence, okay, and then consistently implement them into your own style, your own technique, your own strategy, so that when you're taking a buy or sell, you know, okay, I'm not taking a trade until, let me write that down for those of you taking notes. The purpose of having confluences within your technical analysis is the following. I will not take a buy or sell unless the following occurs. Okay, unless boom, you know, for you, if it's trend lines, you know, fibs, you know, price action, whatever your 3 are, that's how you need to talk to yourself as a trader. Okay, what's the purpose of you having the confluences that you're using? It's to discipline you, okay, and to create consistency while you're trading. All right, guys. So hopefully this was a helpful video for you to help understand what confluences are. As Sniper Academy comes out, and as you study the advanced section and more videos in the intermediate section and the live training, you'll start to see how the different educators use Confluence to take a buy or sell while they're trading. All right, guys, see you in the next video. This is Coach Max here, over and out.